broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out.
If I live up there, you have to go through the whole.
All through here?
Ooh, mountains, we gon' walk it out. And ooh, mountains, and I'll rise like the day. I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you.
House them first, no matter their barriers.
And I'll rise like the day. I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And we'll rise up, I like the waves. We'll rise up, in spite of the ache. We'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again.
Please join me in welcoming our special guest, Dwight Schrute.
Actually, Dwight Schrute is a fictional character that I once played from a fictional television show. My name is Rainn Wilson, and I assure you I'm a real live flesh and blood android. Kidding, I'm not an android, but I am a real live flesh and blood human being who is honored to be sharing a couple of minutes with you this morning. So there's no hiding from the fact that homelessness is a visible problem on our streets. I am told and have personally witnessed that it became much, much worse during the pandemic. And this begs the question for each one of us, what can be done about this? And what can I do? I think it has become apparent that working together is the only logical solution for such a complex, complicated issue such as homelessness. Every person we see on the street has a unique set of circumstances that led them to the place where they find themselves. And that is why I am supporting the Westside Coalition with my time, to highlight the extraordinary collaborative work that is happening every day behind the scenes to solve this daunting problem, one individual at a time. And even in an atmosphere of opposing views and a severe shortage of available housing, they keep going. The Celebrating Success Breakfast event highlights the stories of hope and success told in their own words by the people who never imagined that they'd end up homeless, but they found compassionate solutions that restored their dignity and trust once again. So we are here again today to celebrate those who, in the face of great adversity, did not give up hope, but instead utilized local resources to move toward lives of self-sufficiency and reconnection with the community. We're also here to celebrate the community members that have gone above and beyond, giving vital support to the agencies, providing things like meals, financial support, don't forget the financial support, volunteer hours, and their expertise to serve on the board. Thank you, board members, and everyone else. It truly takes everyone at the table working together to solve this complex problem. So today, through the support of today's client honorees and community support honorees, you will witness a snapshot of exactly how this work gets done. Without further ado, let me introduce the Westside Coalition's Chairman of the Board and resident android, Reverend Eric Schaefer.
Thank you, Rainn. What a treat. I think I'll add Android to my resume. On behalf of all the people we serve, the hardworking individuals and teams of our member organizations, and our board of directors for the Westside Coalition, I'd like to welcome you personally to the 26th Annual Celebrating Success Breakfast. As chair of the board of the Westside Coalition and senior pastor here at Mount Olive Lutheran Church, I'm grateful to be part of this event once again. An event where we honor not only the resilience, courage, and hard work of our special honorees, but also the teamwork of agencies and community members that make all of this possible. This is the 26th year of the Celebrating Success Breakfast, although it's only our second virtual breakfast. This breakfast has grown to be one of the most treasured events of the year in our area, and it is an understatement that we need the positive stories that this event highlights. We hear the bad news far too often, and that comes at the expense of these incredible stories of perseverance, hard work, and resiliency. This year's theme is growth, and it emphasizes just how our community, our member organizations, our collective clients, and the Westside Coalition has grown through this season that we never anticipated. We have all adapted and expanded in spite of the shutdowns and restrictions that have been necessary to keep us all safe while a global pandemic enters in its second year. We find ourselves more committed than ever to finding solutions with compassion to address this crisis of homelessness that has risen over these many months, and with renewed commitment, we collectively fight for each person who is struggling. Many of you work tirelessly to share a realistic message of hope for individuals and families who need it most. Thank you for all you do. Your hard work makes a huge difference. For those of us who encounter homeless people most every day, community members, agency staff, and faith organizations who are regularly visited by people looking for help, we acknowledge each of you and the heart you have to work compassionately towards solutions. We know that it is the collaboration of organizations which is essential to achieving success, and we're honored to have you as our partners. When the member coalitions of the Westside Coalition join together, we celebrate the power of our connectedness in our strong Westside community. For nearly 40 years, the Westside Coalition has served this community with great pride and resolve, and for the past 26 years, the Celebrating Success Breakfast has shared these incredible stories of success. This is a testament to your hard work and dedication. I thank you all for being with us today, wherever you're viewing this. Please join me now in welcoming our Coalition Executive Director, Darcy Naiva.
Thank you, Pastor Eric. We know that stable housing is essential to turning one's life around and to having a strong foundation to rebuild. While this step is no small task, it is collaboration, as Pastor Eric mentioned, that makes this work. It's the collective strength of our Westside Coalition, our sponsors, and the incredible community support that makes this a reality. Let the words of our neighbors honored today give us the resolve to know that the solution to homelessness is housing with support. We say that every year, but we can do it when we work together. It's not only the Westside Coalition that is recognizing our honorees today. This morning, each honoree has received personalized certificates from the California State Senate, courtesy of Senator Ben Allen, and Assemblymember Richard Bloom from the California State Assembly. The City of Santa Monica, compliments of Mayor Sue Himmelreich, the LA County Supervisor's Office, courtesy of Supervisor Sheila Kuehl, and the City of Los Angeles through the Office of Council Member Mike Bonin. Thank you to each of our amazing elected officials. I'm sort of missing the Bloom Allen comedy show we had last year, but maybe we can pick that up next year. And you know that we simply could not do these events without the financial assistance of our sponsors. I want to take a moment to acknowledge you. The City of Santa Monica, Cookies, Everyone In campaign, Janet Zarum, Kahilat Israel, Dr. Kevin McCardle, our main sponsor, Kaiser Permanente, Lori and Scott Sale, MD, the Fairmont Miramar Hotel and Bungalows, Mount Olive Lutheran Church, Students for Student Shelter, Spin Scooters, Providence St. John's Health Center, LA Elder Law, Joe Gerard, and as recently as last night, we got 2 new sponsors, James Kilkowski and St. Monica Catholic Community. Thank you all. We seriously couldn't do this without you. Like last year, we have lined up an incredible array of hosts to partner with us to introduce each important aspect of this program. You have already met one of them. Thank you, Rainn Wilson. And thank you to the rest of our incredible lineup. You will be as thrilled to see each of them as we were to work with them. They have generously given us their time to make an appearance in this virtual 26th Celebrating Success breakfast. Our next host is a dear friend of mine, NBA superstar Richard Jefferson. Richard is a former professional basketball player with the NBA. He was named to the NBA All-Rookie Second Team with the New Jersey Nets, and he also won an NBA championship with the Cleveland Cavaliers. He was also a member of the United States national team in the 2004 Summer Olympics. Now he's an NBA analyst with ESPN and resides with his beautiful wife, Affie, and their children in Los Angeles. Please join me in welcoming my friend, Richard Jefferson.
Good morning. My name is Richard Jefferson, and I am honored to be here with you this morning. My own father, when I was later in life, around 30, got himself clean and sober, and he was staying at the Union Mission when we first reconnected. So I too have seen the growing encampments of homeless individuals everywhere on our streets. I, like you, have heard the negative stories associated with homelessness and this growing problem. But there are solutions to this daunting problem, and it all starts with you and me. Any of us could have unexpected situations happen to us that could lead to us being homeless. We simply must understand who is on our streets and how we can help. Working together, like my friend Rainn said, is the key to unraveling this problem. I want to invite you to get to know this year's honorees, hear their stories in their own words, and learn about the incredible work that the agencies are doing every day to help people get back on their feet once again. Let's all commit to doing what we can, whether it's volunteering, donating, or simply talking to the homeless person you walk by each day. Kindness and collaboration will go a long way towards understanding the problem and working to be the solution. Join me in watching this moving introduction of the 2021 Celebrating Success Breakfast honorees.
Well, I became homeless because I was doing drugs.
I had been treating for depression, and if you give a person who's bipolar antidepressants, they have a manic episode. I was fired.
We wasn't able to afford housing.
I became homeless when I left my husband. When I found out he was cheating on me, I decided to move out to California.
I came to Los Angeles with my daughter, who was 4 years old, my sister, who was 14, after the death of my mom.
I became homeless as a result of my drug addiction to heroin.
I became homeless coming back from Afghanistan, suffering through PTSD. Didn't have no help. Didn't know what was wrong with me. Resulted in drugs, homelessness, stealing. I had very angry issues. I was a mess.
I became homeless when I sustained an injury at work. Pain pills weren't helping me keep on going to work, so I quit taking the pain pills and I started drinking. Everything I worked for all my life was gone.
My family, they couldn't stand me being intoxicated, and they didn't want me. I wasn't accepted.
I became homeless because of domestic violence. I will never forget the day I get home, waiting for my dad, and me and him are arguing. Things got physical, and he just told me to leave.
Staying out late, coming in, you know, whenever I thought I could, and my mother and father couldn't take it, so they put me out the house. Joint service, and came back home, and really never did find a true spot to really call my own, put it like that. I've always been homeless, so.
I became homeless after getting into a fight with my husband one night, and I took the baby and we moved back to Georgia, where I'm originally from. And once I got there, the only place for she and I to live was with the man who molested me.
I decided to leave in an unhappy place with unhappy people.
I was displaced after my husband passed away. It was scary. I lost my car and all my clothes, and I ended up on a skid row, and it was very scary for me.
I grew up in foster care. My dad was in and out of prison. My mom was an addict. So I grew up in and out of the system. I had 2 kids while I was in the system, and then when I was pregnant with my second child, they emancipated me. When you're emancipated, you get left with nobody and nothing. I ended up sleeping in between cars in alleys while pregnant with my 5-year-old, and I had absolutely nobody and nothing until I decided to get clean.
It was difficult for me to be homeless because I had epilepsy and I didn't have a lot of resources to help me out.
I was living in my car. It was pretty terrifying, especially at night.
In my mindset, I was saying to myself that this is what I was, this is what I become, a homeless alcoholic.
I lost everything. I lost my dog, I lost my car, I lost my belongings, I lost my friends, and a lot of family.
When I became homeless, it was very emotional and stressful because I had 3 children at the time, and not knowing where we would lay our head for the next night became a burden.
It was very difficult with 4 children being homeless, going from shelter to shelter.
They put me in ICU for 2 weeks, and the doctor said, I don't know if I can save you.
One time I went to a party, and my son was there, and he saw me in an alcoholic state, and he finally said to me, he said, Dad, I think you need to talk to somebody. I got to Claire Matrix, and I have 392 days of sobriety.
I survived just by doing drugs, selling drugs. I ended up picking up a criminal charge, and my public defender recommended that I go to the Salvation Army.
Well, after the pandemic hit, it was just a very desperate situation. No libraries, no parks, no coffee shops, no place to charge the phone, no place to use the restroom. So during the pandemic, I called for help, and the VA referred me to the Salvation Army.
I got clean because the state took away my 5-year-old, and I could just, it was like everything ended when I had him and they took him. So I decided to go to rehab, and then I went to sober living, and then I went to another sober living, which is Miriam's house, and that's where I met Rhonda, and Rhonda helped me learn how to be a mom, how to take care of myself, let alone my child.
New Directions helped me out a lot. Staff is good, the counselor is good, the RSAs is excellent. You know, everyone tries to help you out.
Chris Liz gave me the wings for me to fly to my first job.
I remember getting off the bus from Skid Row and just wanting to see the water. And people's concern met me at Tungville Park. Now what I'm doing is I live in my own apartment. I have a new dog. I go shopping like everybody, and I get to go to bed at the same time. I have a beautiful bedroom set, and I enjoy it. I really do enjoy my life.
I got linked up with SPY on the beach when I was very, very young. Again, I was about 13. I'm just truly blessed to have been a part of their programs.
Me and my children received case management. We all had our own mentors. It helped me out a lot in putting things back on track.
Project Rimkey came to me and offered me a job. They got me off the streets.
Salvation Army took me in. They helped me to discover, my passion for life, for living.
St. Joseph's Center has Bread and Roses Cafe. They have volunteers that actually serve us, so that just was such a good feeling to be able to sit down for a meal, feel respected, feel loved. Yes. Venice Family Clinic saved my life, basically.
Spy helped me by giving my ID, my birth certificate, and like social security card. They gave me a lot of emotional support and like stuff I've really never experienced in my home life with other people.
The VA put me in veterans housing here in Santa Monica. The VA did my surgeries on my stomach when I was a surgical candidate. Meals on Wheels, it wasn't just the food they were bringing me, it was the, you can do it kind of attitude, and that you're a person of worth. It was the best thing that ever happened.
We went to St. Joseph and they put us in the TLC, the Venice Community Housing. And this May, I got a place for me and my son.
Just the fact that I'm somebody's success story is more than I can bear. I'm very fortunate because I have my own place and I have a little life and I'm constantly improving and hoping to make this chapter the best chapter of my life.
Through St. Joseph's and through the Alcott Center, I was able to get a Section 8 voucher. Been living on my own, safely, comfortably, for 3 years now.
Just because you're in upper bound does not mean it's your end point. It's actually your beginning for you to be able to soar like a butterfly.
I was able to go to Marymount Loyola University for peer support. Get a certificate in helping other veterans and veterans' families.
After I left Miriam's house, I went back to school. I am a dental assistant. I graduated with honors, top of my class, President's Award. I am a full-time dental assistant, and I own my own home today.
I now got hired on as a peer support specialist for veterans.
Fast forward to 2021, I am a case manager with the Reentry Program.
Today, I'm the intake coordinator at the Salvation Army myself.
I am a CAT scan tech at an outpatient clinic in Santa Monica.
I'm a proud member of the Venice Family Clinic's Board of Directors.
So when we have community, it makes the struggles that we face alone, even if our community doesn't know what our struggles are, it makes us feel more secure as if we can accomplish any and everything because we have the community support.
Westwood Transitional Village at the Salvation Army here in Santa Monica helped me and my family get back on our feet through donations from day one. There was food to get us started. There were clothing donations, ironing boards for our new house. It gave me comfort, protection, quiet, peace to study for my license that I'm so grateful I had in the beginning with, and a chance to just feel good about myself again. So without that peace of mind, without that playground out there with other kids just like my daughter, and the nutritious food, the roof over our head, the prayer, the books, thank you very much. Thank you all so much.
Good morning. I'm Supervisor Sheila Kuehl, and I'm very happy to be here with you. Each year, the Westside Coalition recognizes one exceptional community partner. The Partnership Award goes to an individual, program, or organization whose contribution has gone above and beyond expectations to make a dramatic impact in our community.
This year's Partnership Award recipient is Pastor Eric Schaefer. You've met him. Schaefer may be best known for his work while at the ELCA in Chicago on the stop-motion animation children's program Davy and Goliath, where he served as the executive producer.
Are
you ready for the contest, Davy?
I don't have much of a chance. My old snowboard's beat. All the other kids will have cool new boards.
Well, it's not Christmas yet, but your mother and I decided that you can open this present now.
Whoa! Cool. Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Mom.
Christmas is about love and giving.
What do you want for Christmas, Goliath?
Oh, Davy, I just want to be your friend.
Let me tell you a little story about my dog and me. He's my pal and he's my friend. He'll be with me till the end. We're friends forever.
Later named the 2012 Religion Communicator of the Year for producing the CBS television special One Christmas Story, People Rich in Spirit.
Pastor Eric Schaefer became the senior pastor of Mount Olive Lutheran Church in Santa Monica in April of 2014. He helped found the Santa Monica Area Interfaith Council. And following the attack on gay and lesbian people at an Orlando nightclub in 2016, Schaefer helped organize a Love Orlando Music Heals benefit concert. For the past 3 years, Schaefer has served as chair of the board of the Westside Coalition. He also serves on the Santa Monica Bay Area Human Relations Council, the President's Council for the Lutheran Immigration and Refugee Services, and the Santa Monica College General Advisory Board. He has also served as a founding board member for the Interfaith Movement for Human Integrity, a statewide nonprofit working for immigration rights and against mass incarceration. Most recently, Pastor Schaefer helped establish the Bruin Shelter at Mount Olive, which is the very first shelter for homeless college students in the U.S. Since the successful launch of the Bruin Shelter, Students for Students, the shelter's parent organization, has opened 3 additional shelters in California.
1 out of 10 students, college students in America, is homeless. 1 out of 10. 10%.
I think students should work hard to excel in their classes and to get their diploma. I don't think they should have to work hard to find food to eat, or a stable place to sleep, or a safe place to sleep.
I think that not many people throughout the country understand what a big problem this is, and that it's been growing for many years. And I think that if anything, I would like to leave that with those who will see this, is that college homelessness definitely exists, and it's a problem within our community, and it's something that we can fix.
And Darcy came to me one day, soon after I came, and maybe a year in, and said, "You need to meet this young man named Lewis." And so I said, "Okay." She said, "He needs a space, and I think you have space." And Lewis had a vision of starting a shelter for homeless students for UCLA. And the story is, as he tells it, as you know, that he went to 50 different houses of worship of various faiths, and they said no, and this was the 51st, and we said yes. In the beginning, the city was a little nervous about having people stay overnight in a facility that wasn't built for overnight. So the renovations that are happening will make the facility safe for fire and safe for our residents. That's good. It shows you what one person who has a vision can do.
Please join me in congratulating Pastor Eric Schaefer.
Thank you to the board and members of the Westside Coalition for Housing, Hunger, and Health for honoring me with your 2021 Partnership Award. I'm humbled to receive an award which, quote, recognizes an individual whose contribution goes above and beyond to help those who need it most. More importantly, I love that this is called the Partnership Award, since that is the only way anyone can do the important work of combating homelessness and hunger in our community. Thus, I accept this award on behalf of all of my partners in the ministry of providing hope and love to all the members of this community. First, my partners here at Mount Olive, the staff, lay leaders, and members of Mount Olive Lutheran Church who really live out our commitment to be church for the whole community. Then there are those associated ministries based here at Mount Olive and sponsored by our congregation, the Mount Olive Lutheran Preschool, the Westside Coalition, and the Students for Students Shelters for Homeless College Students. It is an honor to be the fiscal sponsor for these outreach ministries. And our partnership extends far beyond these Mount Olive-based ministries, through the Southwest California Synod and the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America, through the Santa Monica Area Interfaith Council, the Santa Monica Bay Area Human Relations Council, and so many more. Thus, I share this award with these partners and more. We're all involved in so many efforts to help those who need it most. I thank you for this recognition and for the opportunity it gives me and for all of us to share God's love for everyone, with everyone in our community.
Congratulations, and thank you so much for everything that you do.
Thank you, Audrey. And now I have the privilege of introducing two actors who you will surely recognize, Ted McGinley and Gigi Rice. They will guide us to the next part of our program.
Hi, I'm Ted McGinley, and this is my beautiful wife,
Gigi Rice.
We also are here to support the Westside Coalition with our time. Look, homelessness is a visible problem on our streets today, but we are encouraged by the collaborative works being done to address it.
And knowing that so many agencies are working together gives us hope.
Oh, guess what?
What?
We have come to the most, well, I shouldn't say the most. It's a very important part of our program.
The Community Support Awards.
That's right. Good for you. Each year, the Westside Coalition recognizes a remarkable individual, business, volunteer, organization that has shown a strong commitment to working with the various agencies that actually make up the Westside Coalition.
And these community support superstars give selflessly of their time and talent to address the challenges of homelessness by partnering with agencies actually on the front line.
This year, we want to recognize some outstanding community support recipients whose contributions have made a profound difference in our community and in the various agencies.
Their complete stories are described in the tribute book, so please sit back and get to know them and prepare to be impressed.
Dazzled.
My name is Daniel Bazinovich, and I am a Community Partnerships Manager at Spin, a shared e-scooter company operating in Los Angeles and Santa Monica. I became connected to Chrysalis. Together, we have worked to provide free scooter rides and helmets to over 100 of their clients across the LA metro area.
Hi, I'm Ethan Young, Associate Design Director at Hook. We're honored to be selected as this year's SPY Community Representative. It's been our pleasure helping bring SPY's impactful initiatives to life over these past couple of years. The community that SPY has built here in Los Angeles is one of love, empathy, encouragement, and support. The team at Hook couldn't be more proud to be involved in such pivotal work helping our city.
My name is Scott Mell, and I'm one of the pastors at Cornerstone Church of West Los Angeles. We're so thankful for the ongoing work of the Westside Coalition, and we're humbled to be included in today's event. We've had various iterations of ministries to help people facing homelessness on the West Side as long as anybody can remember. We continue to provide interpersonal service care, meals through our in-house ministries, but our efforts have been greatly aided by our partnership with Imagine LA. Well, since then, Missouri Place has been approved, has been built, and is now ready to begin housing dozens of families. Now, honestly, we don't feel like we did all that much, just throwing our support behind a great project and a great organization in our neighborhood. But we're also excited for the future partnership opportunities we have with Imagine LA and the Missouri Avenue development.
I'm John Cager. I'm the pastor of the Ward African Methodist Episcopal Church in Los Angeles. We talked about what efforts the faith community could take in addressing the issue of unhoused Los Angelinos. With our tradition of activism, we could not help but get involved in the process. We opened up our facility to the Imagine LA team. We let them meet with all of our auxiliaries to help recruit mentors. And we've introduced the Imagine LA team to our wider denomination and through our Faith Community Coalition to the wider city. We are grateful for the opportunity we've had to work with Imagine LA, and we are looking forward to doing even greater things with them going forward.
Hello, I'm Raymond Delgado. I am a volunteer here. I sit on the board of directors for New Directions. I was a post commander of the American Veterans, so I've been involved in helping veterans for the last maybe 30 years. That's all. It's basically just helping in any way I can.
PATH is here to honor our neighborhood prosecutor, Claudia Martin. We honor and respect her good work for us. The PATH team would like to thank Alcott for recognizing us in the good work that we are doing in our communities.
Alcott has been an incredible collaboration. We have housed countless people through their help and through their services. Thank you, Alcott.
Thank you for being a good neighborhood partner, and we look forward to working with you in all the years to come.
Thank you, Alcott.
Thank you, Alcott.
Thank you, Alcott.
Hi, my name is Maya Sakamoto. In 2019, I approached the Upward Bound House because I wanted to contribute to the community through my passion of baking. I came up with the idea to bake personalized birthday cakes for the children residing at Upward Bound House, and since leaving for college, Ruby has taken over.
Hi, my name is Ruby Addy. I'm a sophomore at Culver City High School, and it makes me feel so happy to know that these kids can have a really special birthday. Thank you.
I'm Marcy. I'm a volunteer here at TLC. What struck me was that there were young kids coming, moving in, moving out, staying here for any length of time, 0 to 6 months, and there were no bicycles. And I thought, well, there's something that is critical in the life of a child, right? So I thought, well, this will be my year that I'm gonna look around and see if I can get a couple of bikes out there donated. So it was my pleasant surprise that people want to give, and I feel very, very fortunate that I get to do it.
Hi, my name is Alana Kamens. I got involved with Westside Family Health Center about 4 years ago when I was starting my organization, Sprinkle of Hope. Sprinkle of Hope fills plastic gallon jars with everyday life necessities for those in need. Thank you again for this amazing honor and all of your support. I really, really appreciate it.
Hello, my name is Ana Rondes Robles.
My name is Cassidy Walhorn.
We're group founding members of the Auxiliary Board for the Westside Food Bank.
Since inception, we have approximately fundraised $9,000. As a group, have volunteered about 65 hours and directly impacted, either by raising donations or through engagement events, about 200 people that have previously not heard about the food bank or our mission. We are so excited to be nominated. We're so excited to be here, and just know we're just getting started. Thank you.
My name is James Hubbard. I am the Executive Director of Mother Hubbard Sober Living, along with Gigi and the therapists and all the team members have been so impressive. And I just felt that this was a match made in heaven, literally. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, my name is Trisha. I am the Operations and Social Media Coordinator for Meals on Wheels West. And I decided that it was time for me to give back to my local community. And it feels good to know that the hard work that I'm doing is benefiting our homebound clients who really need the extra
help, and support.
Hi, I'm Wendy Smith-Meyer.
And I'm Barry Meyer.
We teamed up with the Dennis Family Clinic to expand its street medicine program, funding the creation of a mobile clinic van to lower barriers to care for people experiencing homelessness. Thank you to the clinic and to Westside Coalition for recognizing this partnership.
My name is David Hutton, General Manager of the Courtyard Marriott. Our hotel, located in West LA, was the first hotel in Los Angeles to partner with St. Joseph organization with Project Room Key. And at the end of the day, it was just so humbling because we saw so many people get the help that they needed, and we were able to contribute to that mission. Thank you.
Hi, this is Anthony Margulis. I'm the broker and owner of Amalfi Estates. Our involvement is we give 10% of our commission to the people concerned. So we've been very fortunate helping feed the homeless and helping support all the amazing causes that the people concerned does.
What a remarkable group of people doing extraordinary things. It blows my mind, seriously. The work of shedding light on the positive things happening in our community is what this event is all about. I have the privilege of introducing our first honorary speaker, Brittany Walker. Her story impressed me right from the beginning. During her own time of need, she set about to encourage other women who were struggling while she was struggling. Now that is selfless. She gave up her space in transitional housing to make room for other families, and she is now securely on her feet, continuing to give back. She is here to tell her story as no one else truly can. Please join me in welcoming the remarkable Brittany Walker, being recognized today by Upward Bound House.
Hello, thank you, Darcy. I appreciate that. I am a 32-year-old single mother of 4 loving children. 7 years ago, I was faced with an abusive marriage that failed. I worked various jobs to try and restabilize our lives. It was a very daunting task. Upward Bound House gave me the focus, the stabilization that I needed to regain my strength. During that time, as I entered into Upward Bound House, I met with Miss Charisse and Miss Paula. They explained to me that the program could last up to 2 years. I giggled and told them I'll be done in 4 months. They laughed at it and told me, we'll see you here for a year. I said, okay, we'll see. So every day when I would come in after work, I would ask them, hey, how's everything going? Have we looked into housing for me? We worked really hard after I got off work to make sure we were looking for housing and securing every aspect of employment that was needed to restabilize my life for me and my children. I actually surprised both of them when I completed and transitioned out of the program within 6 months. While there, I started a mother support group called Mothers Strengthening Mothers. My group focus was to help empower other mothers that were facing similar situations to mine, and to bring community into the building, while also trying to discourage adolescent pregnancy and juvenile delinquency. Our motto is, I am a victor, not a victim. To give back what was given to me, in 2018, Mothers Strengthening Mothers hosted a very successful Mommy and Massages event in Playa Vista, where we transported other mothers from Upward Bound Shelter and also other shelters. It was a very, very successful day, filled with pampering and perspective. I wanted to inspire other women to know that their current situation was not their endpoint, and to keep dreaming, pushing, and realizing that they too can do whatever it is that they put their mind to. I then began to work as a case manager as a case manager at the Transitional Youth Center, the Good Seat. My future goals are many, but one of my main goals is to open a nonprofit for pregnant women and have it as a transitional living shelter. I want to strive to ensure that every woman and mother knows that they too can reach their goals and have the mental and physical security to soar beyond their wildest dreams, to build out their families and communities, our nation, and our world. I want to be the example that was presented to me once. I want others to know that hard work, dedication to others is part of the human experience. I want others to know that with hard work, support, dedication, and tunnel vision, you can overcome any difficult situation. I also want everyone to know that your current situation is definitely not your end point, as long as you keep dreaming. If you dream, turn on tunnel vision, and work very hard, you too can reach your dreams and goals. Always remember, never stop dreaming, because our dreams are our greatest accomplishments. They all started as just that, a dream. Again, I would like to take the time out today to thank Ms. Darcy and also Upper Bound House and the Westside Coalition. Thank you.
Dolores, honey, is it on? Is the camera on? Can they see me now?
Jules, you're on.
Oh. Sorry about that. Hello, I'm Jules Baer, B-A-E-R, and it's so wonderful to be back with all of you for such a beautiful occasion. You know, I don't want to brag, but since I was here last time, I've acquired many new clients in the entertainment industry. I don't know what it is. All of a sudden, everybody wants me to be their agent or their manager. I mean, does the name Aniston ring a bell? Hello. But that's not important. What's important is you people out there opening up your hearts and your wallets to help out some amazing folks, the people of the Westside Coalition. Now, these people...
Jules! Hey, buddy, how are you?
Andrew! Oh, you look terrific. Hey,
Thank
listen,
you.
I'm not currently taking on any new clients.
What? No, I'm good. I've got reps.
Oh, thank God. I had to turn away Hanks. But maybe in the spring, I could take on in the spring.
Jules, I appreciate it, but I'm pretty happy with my my agent.
Oh.
I'm
Well,
actually
that's good.
here to do what we did last year together, which is to remind people, the good people of the Westside Coalition, to pull out their phones and go to the Venmo app. If they don't have it, download it, and to consider a donation of any amount. I mean, 20, 100, anywhere in there. And, we want to make sure we raise a bunch of money this year. So if you haven't done it, please look at W-Coalition and make a donation.
That's wonderful. That's what I was going to tell him. Thanks, Andrew.
No problem, buddy. I'm glad I'm here for you.
Me too. Oh, excuse me. Oh, would you look at that? I got Rogan. Seth, not the Joe one.
Oh, well, that's big time. Congratulations.
Excuse me. I got to text him back. Excuse me.
Good morning. My name is Dr. Lecia Adams-Kellum, and I'm the president and CEO of St. Joseph Center. We all know, and we say it all the time, that the solution to homelessness is housing with services. But there is a severe shortage of affordable housing in Los Angeles County. And as this homeless crisis unfolded, the question of where to house people has been our perpetual obstacle. This challenge has also become the catalyst for innovative thinking, and some remarkable options have organically grown out of it. Project Room Key, which my organization, St. Joseph Center, oversaw on the West Side, was in response to the pandemic. Initially, we didn't know how the homeless community would be able to survive if they couldn't wash their hands or socially distance themselves. And so we moved thousands of the most vulnerable, older homeless individuals off the streets and into motel rooms where they received meals and case management and a safe and secure place to stay. Over time, many county and city agencies have used this successful model and purchased older motel buildings, refurbishing them into apartments for our clients as a part of Project Home Key. Additionally, there are a number of options being considered, such as pallet homes, which are temporary structures that can be put together very quickly at an affordable cost. We have seen an increase in tiny home villages, pods, ADUs, and the use of shipping containers. These are all hopeful ideas for temporary or permanent housing, which seek to address the housing shortage. No one would argue that we have a serious issue on our streets, but we also have dedicated, resourceful women and men working around the clock to address this humanitarian crisis. And here is a look at some of these innovative solutions.
I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home. Far across the river, do you hear freedom calling? Calling me to answer, gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home. Far across the river, I hear freedom calling, calling me to answer. Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones. I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you.
And now I have the distinct honor of introducing our second honoree speaker, who is being recognized by PATH, an agency that is also working tirelessly on developing innovative housing options all across the state of California. Join me in welcoming Brenda Melnick.
Good morning. My name is Brenda Melnick. I'm at level 62 now, and I'm a gnat's behind away from level 63. When we're younger, we're always looking forward to being almost 16, 21, but as you get older, you kind of play that down a little bit. Basically, I do feel very fortunate to be here and to have reached the stage because I spent most of my life doing things consciously and subconsciously to undermine myself and almost made it so that I wouldn't be here. I basically had a very good life. I worked very hard to achieve a lot until about 5 years ago. And what happened is I lost track of everything at that time. Until about 5 years ago, I was very proud of myself and my achievements. Like most humans, I'm a legend in my own mind, and I was pleased with what I had accomplished with little education and a lot of problems growing up. I had many obstacles that I had to face as I was growing up. Some of them were circumstantial, and I had no control over them whatsoever. But a lot of them were things that I brought myself to and that I reveled in because of bad judgment and poor choices. I had a career, and I always had pride in myself because I didn't put on airs. And what you see is what you get. I don't have a poker face. I've always been brutally honest, and I overshared because I wasn't ashamed of who I am, and I recognized that I was the sum total of all my parts. At age 58, all of that completely changed because I had a complete and total nervous breakdown. I knew that something was wrong when this was happening, and I knew that I desperately needed help, but I couldn't really ask for the help, even though I could feel my mind slipping away. I spent most of my life devoted to my career, devoted to my extended family. I considered myself a people person. I did a lot of entertaining, and I worked very hard. I expected the people that I had supported through my life to do the same for me and rescue me. Needless to say, nobody recognized me. I've struggled with mental health issues most of my adult life. I have seen psychiatrists, I've walked many spiritual paths, I've been in recovery, and I've done what I can to keep myself upright. Unfortunately, all of that kind of fell by the wayside. Both of my parents were diagnosed as bipolar, and I spent most of my adult life trying to avoid that diagnosis myself. I was depressed, I was anxious, but I was not bipolar. Basically, I was being treated for depression, and a funny thing happens when a bipolar person is treated for depression. Generally, the antidepressants will throw that person into a manic episode. It took me a really long time to get there, but the things that I just told you I was proud of, being a strong stand-up, in-your-face kind of person, had made everybody weary, including myself. And it made it difficult for people to help me and reach out. And basically, you'd spend your whole entire life building things up and trying to establish yourself, and it all goes away really quickly. As a result of me avoiding my mental health issues, I found myself self-medicating and using drugs that I had not considered or thought of for 19 years. And as I said, everything went really quickly. I lost a career that I had for almost 40 years. My last position I held for 25 years. I lost my dog. I lost my apartment. I lost my belongings. I lost friends. I lost family and relationships that had taken me a lifetime to establish and still remain severed. It was very hard for me because I really thought that I was somebody at this point in time, but I really wasn't, and I had lost a lot of ground. I was fortunate because I had a few friends that still recognized something in me that I thought no longer existed, and I did have a little bit of help. I did spend a short amount of time in my car, and I was fortunate enough to have a friend that was willing to let me stay with her for a month as I tried to get myself back on my feet and find some place to live. What happened is I found out about PATH through a food bank, and basically I was able to put myself in a position where I could be in the rapid rehousing program. It was really hard for me because I had always been a professional and I'd always earned a very high salary. I learned quickly that I couldn't do the job that I had done before. I worked at Ralph's for about 6 months, but I had a really bad attitude and I had a chip on my shoulder. And I have to tell you that Jessica at PATH handled it like a champ. I didn't realize how harsh I was and how opinionated I was. I just felt like I was somebody. And there's something that people say often that's very true. When you're hurting people hurt other people. And I definitely shared the wealth with a lot of people. I'm very grateful because Jessica took it all in stride. And I know there were many times that I wasn't nice and I was disrespectful. A lot of this was because I didn't really recognize the extent of my mental health issues. And I wasn't really able to address them because I wasn't aware and I was in denial. Through the help of PATH, specifically Jessica, and my psychiatric team, I was able to work on these things. I needed a place to do this, and Jessica helped me find a home. Basically, through the pandemic and quarantine, I was able to be involved in a very intensive therapeutic treatment, which enabled me to get a lot of tools and learn how to take care of myself and function a little better and not be the harsh old woman that felt it was her position to tell everybody what was right and wrong. I'm eternally grateful for PATH because PATH taught me how to make it a home. My treatment taught me that feelings are like visitors. They come and they go, and you just have to let them do that. I'm not always perfect, or I'm never perfect. I'm not a perfect person. I still have issues, and I falter. But at least I have an environment where I'm safe to do that, and They say it takes a village to raise a child. Well, it also takes a village to help an adult find her way back. And I'm eternally grateful to Jessica at PATH and the rest of the team, my village, that helped me be who I am today. Thank you.
Why would I agree to 4%? I don't even put on pants for less than 12.
Hey, Jules, we're back live.
Sorry. Hey, look, I gotta go. Yeah, and please stop calling me until you're serious, huh? Unbelievable. Hey, you know, some people, they just don't get it. Guy directs a few hits like Goodfellas in that casino one. He thinks I should take him to lunch.
That was Martin Scorsese?
Oh, you know him?
Not personally, but I would love to meet him.
Oh, very high strung. Very high strung. I don't think it's a good fit for me.
We should probably get back to the thing that we do.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
So, everyone, we really appreciate you being here today. And I know that the coalition, the Westside Coalition, would be very appreciative if you would really consider a donation. So all you have to do is go to your Venmo app and make any amount, 20, 50, 100. We'd really appreciate it. Right, Jules?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Pledge now.
Scorsese? Really?
As a former active duty officer in the U.S. Air Force, veteran issues, especially veteran homelessness, is very important to me. New Directions for Veterans sits on the VA campus here in West Los Angeles. They empower men and women who serve in the military to lead productive and fulfilling lives. They operate transitional housing programs and 6 permanent housing facilities, along with many other outstanding programs. Additionally, they collaborate with numerous agencies to meet all the complex needs of their veteran clients. Whether it be medical, mental health, substance use disorders, food insecurity, employment, housing, or other services, New Directions collaborates for the sake of each veteran. That collaboration is what this breakfast is all about. We celebrate the success of these clients who are being honored today and the remarkable agencies that work tirelessly to get them back on their feet.
Let's go take a tour of New Direction, ladies and gentlemen. This is gonna be fun. So we're not a homeless shelter. We are a transitional housing program funded by the VA. And what we do is we provide shelter for a resident or a veteran that comes in the program that's homeless for at least 2 years. But our goal is to try to get them housed within 9 months. You try to use a HUD-VAS voucher, a Section 8 voucher, a low-income voucher, a DMH voucher, through St. Joseph's, through PATH, or even step up on Second.
Since I've been here, I have a place to rest my head. I have a place to get meals. I have a place to get, I have a therapist who I can talk to one-on-one if I need help. New Directions have helped me change my life.
There is so much wonderful work being done for our veterans, including the fact that nearly every agency that is a member of the Westside Coalition serve veterans in one way or another. Bravo.
We're here to introduce you to another selfless person giving her time and talent to making a difference for us and for our community. Audrey Antis is, in my opinion, the magic behind director Gary Halvorson. She is the organizational guru who keeps Gary on track, co-creates ideas with him, and simply does way more than any person should do to make their busy schedule work. I am proud to know Audrey. This brilliant woman is soft-spoken, kind, strong, and tireless. It is no surprise to me at all that she has recently become Gary's fiancée, and boy, is he lucky to have her. Please welcome the incredible Audrey Antis.
Thank you so very much. Thank you, Pastor. Thank you for that kind introduction, Darcy. I've learned so much by doing these 2 Celebrating Success breakfast shows. One of my favorite stories and people I met at the honoree dinner was a veteran, Charles Walker. His gregarious personality filled the place, and he's the picture of upbeat. His story is one of profound loss due to medical issues, but with his positive attitude, he never gave up, and he's gotten his life back again. He was a real inspiration for me, and I hope he is for you as well. please welcome my friend Charles Walker, being honored by Meals on Wheels West.
Hi, I'm Charles Walker. Thank you, Darcy, and everyone at the Westside Coalition. Thank you, Ted Lieu, and for helping us veterans. Thanks to the Westside Los Angeles VA, and thanks to Chris Baca, Meals on Wheels West. I was a Navy corpsman during the Vietnam War, and after leaving the service, I worked as a nurse for 35 consecutive years. I worked hard taking care of people, and I had a good life. I bought a nice home and raised my 2 daughters myself. I never thought I would be in a predicament of being homeless. Usually I was the one donating. And it can happen to anybody when you least expect it. I was injured while I was working as a nurse. I was unable to work, and I was in tremendous pain all the time. The doctor prescribed me hydrocodone, which didn't work for me, and I just threw the pain pills away. And I self-medicated myself with vodka, up to the point where after a year I was drinking a bottle of vodka a day, trying to control the pain and agony I was in, and also heartbroken that I was losing everything I ever worked for. My children were raised and I was on my own, and so I didn't have to worry about them at least. And no one wanted to be around me. All my friends left me, except for 3 good friends that I've known all my life. And when you don't have money, you really realize you don't have who your real friends are. And because I couldn't work, I couldn't make my house payments, and I eventually ended up losing my home, and I became homeless. And I felt very worthless. And I ended up on the streets. I got lucky. The VA has an outreach program I didn't know anything about, and I never asked the VA for anything all my life. And they took me to the West Los Angeles VA. They put me in ICU for 2 weeks because I was almost dead. And then they put me in monitored me for about 12 months and gave me counseling and rehabbed me. And I had one surgery that was necessary, but I was out of shape and I couldn't get the other surgeries I needed. I cleaned up my life. I've been sober several years now. After recovering, I was able to, the Santa Monica Housing Authority and the VA have a supported assisted living situation where they pay a percent of your rent, and I paid the other percent. And I had a apartment of my own all of a sudden. I said, oh my God, I was like in seventh heaven, And I'm grateful every single day for the opportunity to have a new life. I was still overweight. I was 300 pounds, and I was unable to get the surgeries that I needed. I was also a diabetic, and I found out I had hypertension too. So Chris Baca put me on a diabetic menu, and the people from Meals on Wheels would come by every day and give me a new meal. And I started walking up to 4 miles a day, and I now weigh 200 pounds. I lost 100 pounds, and I've had all the surgeries that I need. And meanwhile, I had also had cancer too. And so Chris and all the team from Meals on Wheels West kept on bringing me meals and making me eat, and I didn't want to eat. And I went through and had a sarcoma surgery and went through chemotherapy. And yet these people in Santa Monica all had my back, and it was really awesome. During these years, I've been helping other veterans in the same predicament I was in. And because Ted Lieu has gone out of his way to be a spokesperson for us veterans, it's made a big difference. And also some different administrations, presidents, they've gone out of their way to give us extra medical care when we were overtaxed, and we were able to do that as well. So we were able to get the therapy we needed. I'm living a very independent life now. I'm now officially retired. I was able to attend my daughter's wedding last week, and I'm a person of worth now. I feel I have self-confidence. I'm able to share my story with other veterans and help them get on their feet now. So I just want to, you have the ball rolling, you got me going, and now everybody else is going, and you just, I'm a walking miracle. I'm very blessed, and I just thank you for all you guys have done, and God bless you.
Remember that from 10 Things? But I can do so much more.
Andrew, please, how many times I got to say? I just can't right now.
I mean, come on. We've known each other for so long. I mean, longer than any of your other clients.
That's true. And you're very talented.
Thank you. But isn't this about the relationship? I mean, we have established a trusting relationship, right?
Well, when you're right,
Doing good
you're
work.
right.
Doing good
No,
work.
You're right. You're right. You're not wrong. You're not wrong about that.
So?
All right, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, really? You said yes?
Yeah, I said yeah. I said yeah.
Oh, hey, honey. Jules said yes.
Of course I said yes. Isn't that what it's all about? Helping each other out, huh? Isn't that the key, Andrew?
You are so right, Jules. You know? And that's what we want from everybody out there in the audience right now, is to consider making someone feel good like Jules just did for me, and make a donation. It's very easy. It's the Venmo app, and any amount, 20, 50, 100.
Yeah, anything you can do. That's all you got to do. And it'll make you feel good, folks. It'll put a lot of smiles on a lot of faces thanks to you.
Just look it up at W-Coalition. Make any pledge. Oh, Jules, man, you're really my agent right now, huh? That's awesome.
Yeah. Hey, did I mention the 6-week trial period? Oh, excuse me 1 second.
6
Oh,
weeks.
Christ, not again. Beyonce, how are you, dear?
Thank you once again, Billy Beretta, or I should say, Jules the Bear, B-A-E-R, and Andrew Keegan. You guys are amazing artists and incredible friends. Thank you also to each and every person involved in making this event a success. The stories we have heard this morning and those written in the tribute book are the reason why those of us who work in social and public services do what we do. Real people succeeding with an intelligent use of resources and support is what makes homeless to house a realistic possibility in this day and age. To the many dedicated individuals and organizations who work diligently every day to make a difference, we thank you. I want to acknowledge and thank all of you here virtually this morning. We appreciate your support more than we can possibly communicate. And thank you to those who have worked behind the scenes to make these success stories possible. Direct service and operations staff members in agencies or government, and those agencies' board members and volunteers. We would also like to thank the Event Planning Committee for all of your hard work and valuable time investment. You helped to make the Celebrating Success Breakfast a reality once again. Please take a moment to read through the names to see the incredible people giving us their time and energy. Those are in the tribute book. Thank you.
We'd also like to recognize the special organizations that make this Celebrating Success Breakfast possible. Thank you to our financial sponsors, and a special thank you again to those who have been supporters year after year. Our Cultivator sponsor, our main sponsor, is Kaiser Permanente West LA. Our Germinator sponsors are the City of Santa Monica, United Ways Everyone In campaign, St. Matthew's Parish, Janet Zarum, Lori and Scott Sale, MD, and the Fairmont Miramar Hotel and Bungalows, and the St. Monica Catholic Community. Our planter sponsors are James Kilkowski, Kevin McArdle, Mount Olive Lutheran Church, Kehelet Israel, Spin Scooters, LA Elder Law, Joe Gerard, Cookies, Providence St. John's Health Center, and the Students for Students shelters. We thank you all, and we seriously could not do it without you. And thanks to each person doing the introductions this morning. It's been an honor and a lot of fun working with each of you. We thank you for your ongoing commitment to this work and to the Westside Coalition. Our celebration is drawing to a close, but the work of the Coalition goes on. We'll be hosting the annual memorial service to recognize and honor the people who have died on our streets this year. We'll be doing that on November 3rd. It will be a both in-person and virtual event at 10 a.m., hosted by the St. Monica Catholic community. The people being recognized in this memorial service were clients of our agencies, connected to our services, and each year that number sadly grows. This underscores the urgency and importance of our work. Please plan to join us remotely or in person for this annual memorial service.
Thank you to our amazing director, Gary Halvorson, and thank you to his lovely fiancée, Audrey Antis, who keeps him going. How could we possibly have done this without you both? Thank you to TSV Sound and Vision and our dear, dear friend, Michael Gregg. We appreciate you guys more and more each year. And Michael, I am going to adopt you as one of my sons. Thank you to our amazing editor, Wixon Greenwood. You are a magic maker and apparently pulled an all-nighter last night. You have done so much extraordinary work, and you did it with perfection and flair. Thanks to our incredible photographer for his 18 years of doing the portraits for our honorees, Dr. Charles Haskell. It is such a pleasure working with you and your beautiful family. And thank you to our videographer and co-director, Adam Niva. Adam, you went above and beyond. Once again, how can we thank you for your time and talent? Thank you again to Mount Olive Lutheran Church for letting us use this facility, my goodness. And thank you to everyone who bought a ticket for a breakfast without food. Your support means the world to us.
Thank you, and we love you.